Hello, I'm the Cartographer, and this is the fourth video in my Steel Rain coverage. We're here near Tanagra Town, because apparently whenever it is that you save down there in that train tunnel, it reloads you in back here for whatever reason. Anyway, we're going to go up to Fort Atlas to go talk to Paladin Romani. So in the last video, we were helping the Blue Ridge Caravan investigate the disappearance of 15 members of one caravan. Well, 14 members, because the 15th member was Dr. Blackburn, and he seems to be the one behind all of the abductions.
Between what we learned at AMS and the journal we recovered from Harper's Ferry, this is big.
If this is the source of the super mutant threat, I'm prepared to support any action to end it.
Initiate. Good. You're here. We finally have a clear picture about the abductions, and it's time to do something about it. The Hellcat Company has been abducting people. Our findings at Harper's Ferry mean that Dr. Blackburn is almost certainly involved.
I can't believe he just walked in here. He must have been at work even then.
No, I can't.
We couldn't have known. It's not your fault.
I never said it was my fault, Initiate. To think, the arrogance he must have had.
Enough of that. The question facing us now is how to find him and the people who've been taken. Lucky for us, Scribe Valdez has made a discovery of her own while we were away.
That's right. Remember the Pip-Boy you found in the Uncanny Caverns? It took a while to crack the encryption, but I've unlocked it. It came from Vault 96.
Oh. Vault 96? Where's that?
It took a bit of research to locate it, but it's well south of here. I'll mark it on your map.
I'm not familiar with Vault 96. Do we know anything about it?
I wasn't able to find anything, unfortunately. I know every vault had a purpose, though. Like Vault 76 was meant to house the best and the brightest to rebuild America. Ostensibly. Vault 96 could be anything.
How is this related to the abductions?
Well, we're not sure it is.
What we do know is that we have a definitive lead to follow. The super mutant threat takes priority. If we find the missing civilians in the process, so much the better. But we cannot ignore this lead either way.
Unsurprisingly, Knight Shin and I don't see eye to eye on this. Fortunately, in this case, we don't have to. I think they're connected. A vault would be a great place to hide abductees. The Pip-Boy might even have come from someone that escaped. Investigating the vault is our best lead for either mystery, and maybe an answer to both.
Then we're agreed. The vault will be your next target. Scribe Valdez will accompany you. A vault is a potential trove of exactly the kind of technology the Brotherhood is meant to catalog and secure.
I've marked Vault 96 on your map. We don't know what we're walking into, or even how we'll get in, to be honest. We'll need to be cautious.
I've enjoyed working with you before, but that's a lot of unknowns for two people.
We've made a good team in the past. We can handle it. Don't worry.
Scribe Valdez is a full member of the Brotherhood, Initiate, and you've repeatedly proven yourself capable.
So, what's the plan?
Step 1 is finding a way in. You'll take point. Based on other vaults we found crossing the country, the vault should have an emergency transponder. Once you've secured the entrance, the controls for the transponder are usually there near the main door. Activate it to give the all clear and I'll follow you in.
Sounds good to me.
I'm glad to hear it. It's a good plan, and I think we're all in agreement on this one. Find any evidence you can about the missing people and any connection to the super mutants. If Blackburn is there, I want him taken alive. If he really is behind the abductions, he needs to answer for his crimes. You have your orders, Initiate. Good luck. Dismissed.
Okay, I like Scribe Valdez, so this will be fun.
Our stockpiles were not affected by the attack. You'll still get your rations.
Okay, I wasn't expecting any of that, but anyway, I mean, it seemed stupid to even ask if Scribe Valdez was ready for field work, given that she crossed the entire country. So, let's see, Vault 96 is down here. We actually have been down here once before, back when we were dealing with some of the quests for Foundation down here, so let's get over here. Nope, nope. There we go.
I hope Marsha's doing
Ooh,
okay.
Foundation first.
It's been lonely without her.
Alright, actually just up the road here is the cart. That's actually a little bit of an Easter egg relating to Skyrim. But anyway, let's head over down here and get up on this platform. I've been wondering what's in this vault since we first found it. I'm really looking forward to finding out what's inside. I've been strictly avoiding spoilers, so I have literally no idea what's going on in here. Let's see. Oh, doors already open. Huh, okay. Well, that doesn't look good. Whoa, what the hell? Is this ice? Hellcat Mercenary Corps. Okay, it looks like the Hellcats broke in here. Why, though? And is that somehow related to why it's freezing in here? Is this some sort of defense? Yeah, there's a survivor down there. I'm gonna look at this first. Vault 96 monitoring terminal. Okay, select a document to view. Emergency management system documents. Overview. Congratulations! Your vault has been equipped with the latest in automated emergency response technology, the Vault-Tec Emergency Management System. The Emergency Management System is a comprehensive database of automated contingency protocols developed to assist overseers, vault residents, and when/if available, Vault-Tec field personnel in identifying, diagnosing, and resolving a wide array of potential emergency situations. Using the Emergency Management System. In the unlikely event of an emergency, your Vault mainframe will automatically assess the situation and select an appropriate error resolution protocol from the Emergency Management System database. Populated by thousands of programs submitted by Vault-Tec University's talented undergraduate students, your database holds the solution to any problem you may encounter. Keep in mind that one of those university students was suggesting that they use dogs to operate the vaults. When applicable, your Vault may broadcast an emergency transmission to any Vault-Tec field personnel in the area. Response times in the aftermath of a nuclear conflict may vary. The emergency response team leader should use any available terminal to activate the emergency management system and indicate their team's relative level of expertise. This will calibrate the protocol and adjust the hazard pay or bonuses to be awarded, if any. Thereafter, simply follow the audible instructions from the Vault mainframe until the problem is resolved. The mainframe will continually monitor the situation and introduce additional contingencies as required. Protocol XC-243 Containment Experimental. Summary Protocol. Collect and analyze genetic samples, research and develop appropriate countermeasures, secure the vault. Student developer Zane Okia. Developer notes. Experimental research subjects may exhibit unanticipated capabilities that render conventional containment or extermination methods ineffective. This protocol compensates by employing the Vault-Tec automated research system to conduct emergency research projects, formulate, hypothesize, and test these hypotheses, and correlate those hypotheses with extant Vault systems to identify the most effective countermeasures available to emergency responders. If the Vault's ARS includes the automated fabrication system, model R5800+, this protocol additionally co-opts the ARS research credit system to support credit-limited fabrication of countermeasure devices. Credits are to be used as a limiting factor to prevent the fabrication of ineffective devices or the exhaustion of Vault fabrication resources on a single emergency. Professor E. DeMarcos, Grade B, remarks a thoughtful, well-considered protocol that effectively integrates a wide range of Vault systems, including the always challenging ARS. This protocol blindly accepts ARS hypotheses, while a significant risk, it offers considerable power in adapting to novel situations beyond the scope of any single EMS protocol. The integration of the research credit system as a mechanism to limit automated fabrication is especially clever. Regrettably, I must deduct a grade level because this protocol is utterly useless. The kind of live subject experiments here envisioned would be a violation of federal law and Vault-Tec's high ethical standards. Sure. Yeah, high ethical standards. Protocol AV992 Virus Mainframe. Summary Protocol. Obtain and analyze the virus source code, conduct a virus scan, clear the virus from all affected systems. Student developer Aisha Hunter. Developer notes. This protocol uses adaptive monitoring to detect, observe, and respond to viral intrusions. Simple viruses are automatically eliminated. In the event of more extensive infections, this protocol utilizes available analytic systems to deconstruct the virus, identify vulnerabilities, and coordinate appropriate scan and repair procedures. Professor E. DeMarcos, Grade F, remarks, this is by far the most over-engineered protocol in the entire database. As a senior student engaged in independent study, I expect your work to be clear, concise, and efficient, adhering to established coding standards and best practices. A simple heuristic detection algorithm would have been an excellent thesis project. Instead, this protocol is so convoluted it seems almost intentionally obfuscated. While I normally support extensive redundancy planning, the level of overlapping contingencies and fallbacks here is truly excessive. A viral genetic algorithm capable of infecting a Vault mainframe, evading existing quarantine systems, and dynamically circumventing multiple tiers of EMS protocol is beyond the ability of all but your most highly skilled programmers. Assuming your student protocol could defeat something like that is the height of hubris. Okay. And Vault 96 official documents. Protocol. Welcome to Vault 96, an ark for the atomic age. Within these walls lies one of the world's largest cryonic storage facilities, with thousands of animals carefully cataloged and preserved in stasis. Awesome! In the aftermath of a nuclear war, mass extinctions and mutations will devastate the outside world. Your mission is to monitor the surface conditions, assess genetic damage to the local fauna, and, as conditions warrant, gradually reintroduce species to correct genetic drift and restore ecological equilibrium. Awesome. Vault 96 Protocol Addendum. Your protocol has been amended as follows. The staff of Vault 96 will consist of 5 designated scientific specialists. The purpose of Vault 96 is to conduct genetic experiments to explore potential mutations that may arise in post-nuclear fauna and develop appropriate countermeasures. Damn it. Research will be assessed based on the lethality of the mutations developed. Results will be transmitted via satellite to external facilities for analysis and deployment. Sounds like they were assisting the Enclave, whether they knew they were or not. To encourage compliance, the Overseer will assign weekly quotas. Failure to meet quota will result in the termination of underperforming personnel. What the hell? I mean, this is the apocalypse. Termination, I have to assume, means killed. Following an initial 1-month shelter period, Vault robots will periodically collect samples of surface creatures for preservation and further study. Residents will not be permitted to exit the Vault. Exactly, so if they're terminated, that means terminated, killed. Residents will not be permitted to introduce native or genetically modified species outside the Vault, so basically completely overrides the original one there. Any attempt to deviate from this protocol will result in termination. Again, killing. Good God. What the hell, Vault-Tech? Okay. Let's go meet this survivor down here. The cold makes sense now with this being a cryonics place.
Little late to the party, aren't you? If you're looking to loot the place, some Blood Eagles are ahead of you in line. I'd stop you, but, I think I quit.
Who are you?
Name's Woods. Corporal Woods, Hellcat Company. Mercenaries. We got hired by this creep of a doctor to guard the place.
Oh.
Among other things. Promised us salvage rights here when he was done. I don't think we're gonna collect on that.
Blood Eagles?
Yeah. Raider types, but more bloodthirsty, you know?
Yep.
You can usually deal with the crater sort. Blood Eagles, though. They enjoy the killing.
I need to know more.
Hell of a bedside manner you got. You know I'm dying, right? Go ahead. Not like I'm doing anything else. Clock's ticking, though.
How'd a mercenary squad get overrun by Blood Eagles?
It's our own fault. We got lazy. This place is so far out of the way, nobody ever passes by. Kind of the point. We figured we'd be shooing off the occasional stray scavenger that came poking around. This lot sent grenades through the entrance before we knew they were there. Rushed us while we were recovering. I took a bullet in the gut. Bastards left me to die slowly, because they thought it was funny.
Doctor? What's going on here?
Yeah, Blackburn. Real unnerving guy, even before we found out what he was doing. Kidnapping was just the start of it. We should have cut ties then, contract or no. Even mercs should have lines they don't cross. I'd say I didn't have a choice, but we're mercenaries. And we do it for the money, not some noble ideal. Nobody to blame but ourselves.
Why'd you become a mercenary?
Seriously? I'm bleeding out in front of you and you want my life story. Oh, hell. Rather die with somebody than alone. Whatever. Best of a bad situation, alright? The Hellcats had limits, a code. Better than joining up with raiders. We did good jobs as often as bad. Until this time, at least.
Are the abductees here?
Jesus, interrogating a dying woman. That's stone cold. Ah, don't look like that. I'm just fucking with you. This is important. Maybe you can fix our mistakes. It's where he had us bringing him. Other squads did, I mean. I was just guard duty. Not that it makes me any less guilty. Whether or not any of them are left alive? No clue. Wouldn't count on it, with the Blood Eagles ransacking the place. Can't figure the dock will last long either. That doesn't bother me, though.
There must be something I can do to help you.
That's kind, but it's a little late for that. I've seen enough gut shots in my time to know a stim pack and bandages aren't gonna fix this. This one's got my name on it. God knows I've done enough to deserve it.
Oh. Okay. Signal Valdez from the terminal. Actually, is there a radio signal? I was meaning to check on that. Nope. Do I have anything to scrap? Yep. Okay. Ooh, upstairs. Another dead one here. Man. So they were actually guarding this place. It was not that they attacked it, they were attacked here. Okay. Activate emergency transponder. Ping sent. Oh, wow, that was quick.
Wow, it's freezing in here. Look at all this ice. The environmental controls must be damaged. What happened here? Those are Hellcat Company uniforms, right? It looks like a massacre.
One survivor, but I couldn't save her. Said they were working for Blackburn. Then Blood Eagles arrived and overran them.
Blood Eagles? What are they doing here? Looks like Paladin Romani was right. There's a link between the abductions, Blackburn, and the super mutants. We still need to figure out what. Give me a moment to look at these terminals.
I already did, and I could tell you what I've seen here, and what we talked about. Wait, is that a holotape over there?
That's not good. The vault's on internal lockdown. I guess someone's responding to the Blood Eagle attack. If there are automated defenses still working, they'll all be active. We may be facing more than just Blood Eagles. Be careful. Let's get moving. I'll follow your lead.
Is that a... Yes, holotape. Return to Appalachia.
Personal log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Return to Appalachia. After all these years, I have come back. Back to Appalachia. To West Virginia. To the home of my greatest personal and scientific failure. Academic research was a dead end. The world was descending into riots and ruin. Food shortages were increasing. Generating papers in a university lab to attempt to secure tenure seemed pointless. It felt irresponsible in the face of everything happening. Westtech approached me about joining the Greenhouse Initiative. Genetic engineering to produce new crops and multiply production. It swept away my concerns about joining the private sector. Here was a chance to be on the cutting edge and solve real problems at the same time. Dr. Dumont described the goals of the Panimmunity variant and the Greenhouse Initiative in terms that set my mind ablaze. There was satisfaction to be had there, doing the best work, advancing humanity, making the world better than it was. Then the funding vanished. The research staff was being cut with no explanation, simply a shift in priorities. Dumont begged me to stay, promising the new work would be vital and challenging. To my everlasting shame, I did. End log.
That's great, because it confirms the stuff that I talked about in my West Tech lore video. Huntersville and West Tech. Basically, they were running the Panimmunity Variant Project. They were trying to see how it affected plants, but around the same time, they found out they could make potentially super soldiers, so they shifted away from experimenting on plants, where they weren't getting any real yields, over to all work on FEV. So it sounds like Dr. Blackburn was part of the FEV project over at West Tech Huntersville, which is very interesting. Vault 96 community meeting.
All right, calm down. Calm down. We won't...
Calm down? Eric, what kind of scam is this?
Look, I know this isn't what you expected. I'm still trying to process it all, too.
Bullshit. You worked for Vault-Tec. You had to know.
Jeanette, I already told you.
So, the door has sealed. There is no way for us to reopen it.
Apparently not.
And it's just the 5 of us in here?
That's right.
That's crazy. You could fit an entire town in here.
I want to know about the experiments. Are there really 10,000 creatures in cryo here? And instead of preserving them, you want us to experiment on them, induce mutations, optimize for lethality.
Those are our orders. You will all have weekly research quotas to meet.
And if we refuse? Or fall short?
Anyone failing to meet their quota, or otherwise trying to rebel, will be eliminated.
You can't be serious.
Sir?
I'm afraid so.
Okay, so that confirms what we read on those terminals. It's hard to tell if he really did know what was going on here. I mean, I think he did, but... I mean, this is nuts. The fact that they were doing this with all these creatures that could have been used to repopulate the wasteland. I mean, you look at the animals outside. Let me scrap those weapons. You look at the animals outside. You got two-headed deer, two-headed cows. You got yaogua. You got all these crazy animals. And you could have made normal animals out there. Now, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, access denied, emergency lockdown in effect, override protocols not found. Okay.
Locked. Must be the security lockdown. Let me try something. Got it. I was able to use the Pip-Boy's protocols to get the doors open, but it fried the circuits. If we run into any more locked doors, we're gonna need another way through.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, nice. Wonder glue, even if it is economy. Giddy up, get her buttercup head there. And some screws. What else we got in here? Oh, some weapons and some booze. But we can assume potentially that that was left behind by the Hellcats. I mean, that's the annoying thing with this place is the Hellcats have already kind of screwed over our ability to determine if this place, like what this place was like when it was occupied by just the members of the Vault staff. Who is that right there? Looks like a ghoul. Let's see if we can't meet them. Oh, clear out the Blood Eagles. So that's a Blood Eagle. Okay. Probably should be wearing some armor. Alright, here we go. There we go.
We survived.
We did. Well, kind of. Let's see. Let's check out the lounge. There's the research wing, okay. Man. And again, it's one of those situations where...
You're making me sad.
What caused all this damage in here? Maybe there's a note somewhere, but I don't see anything yet. Looks like there was a lot of booze in here. I've always wondered with the TVs, what were they doing with the TVs exactly? There's no broadcast signals. They don't seem to have, I mean, anything like a Blu-ray, DVD, VHS player or anything. So I don't know what exactly they do with those things. Maybe there was a vault television signal. Okay, so we'll go through there in a minute, but we got to take care of the rest of the Blood Eagles first. Ooh.
Back at it!
There we go.
Glad that's over with.
Still some more Blood Eagles, though, I think. Workroom, and we got a dead Assaultron here. Again, though, we don't know who this belonged to. Could have belonged to any one of the three groups. The Vault-Tec could have belonged to
I can feel it. Something's close.
the Blood Eagles, or it could have belonged to the Hellcats. Okay, a dead Protectron. Mainframe wing. Wonder how cold it is in here. It's pretty damn cold. They don't seem to be this way. Mainframe chamber that way. Uh-oh. What was that? Sounds like someone's fighting somewhere. Damn. There we go. Oh, okay. All right.
It seems I have an excess of visitors today. Ah, yes. The one I met at Fort Atlas. I did hope we would meet again under more convivial circumstances. These are not they, unfortunately. I have no quarrel with the Brotherhood, but I must ask you to leave immediately. Please leave me be. I cannot be responsible for what may happen if you remain.
Well, we can't
I
leave.
guess we found Dr. Blackburn. Looks
Indeed.
like most of this place is locked off. We need to search everywhere, but our options are limited. Let's start there.
Okay. I was gonna actually go after the lab side first, but this makes sense given we can hear some sort of firefight taking place over this way anyway. Reactor monitoring. This is gonna be a pretty big vault. Fluid handling is blocked by ice. Okay, that's the other way we came. We got some bot pods, looks like maybe a turret firing? Sounds like a turret
The
firing.
biological research facility. One of the small team of geniuses. Perhaps it is fitting that I found this place. I have been honest about my purpose, but less than forthcoming about its nature.
Do not alarm. Law and order will be restored shortly.
Crap.
Close one.
Where's that turret? I just heard a turret pop out. What do we got here? Quantum Research Lab Terminal. Quantum stabilization fields inactive. Quantum field generators inactive. Quantum inverters. Okay, what's going on out there? Who are you shooting at? Sounds like this is another turret, but I don't think that's what she's firing at. What are you firing at?
I'm not dying today!
Oh. Blood Eagle. Okay. Good work there. You nearly killed him yourself. Okay, I definitely heard a turret over here, though. Let's see if we can't find that. Got it. Okay. With that, let's get back to that quantum research terminal. First, though, is there anybody else in here? I don't see anybody, but I love this room. I really do. Okay. Let's see. Mainframe quantum particle coherence is within normal parameters, all systems stable. Entry 1, error, timestamp corrupted. Blast these computers. Having read Dr. Memling's notes regarding the out-of-date nature of the reactors and cryogenics pods, I suspect the builders of this vault likewise skimped on their computer infrastructure. Entry 2. I have succeeded in transferring all subsystem controls to the terminal in the Overseer's office. It is a suitably isolated location, and with the vault systems under my control there, I should be secure in the event my guards decide to alter the terms of our arrangement. Entry 3. I remain concerned that I may have missed a stray security key card when I was searched this place. Any intruder with hostile intent would be able to override my control of the doors. I must plan accordingly. So we need to find a key card. Play holotape. Or actually, let's take it and listen to it.
And down. Go, 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 go.
Robotics control failure in the mainframe wing. Activating emergency fabrication protocol FS401.
Jeanette, circuits 10, 1857.
Got it.
Fabrication system offline. Activating emergency repair protocol CR889.
889, that's Hans. We need a reactor brownout.
All right, give me a minute.
109's next. Jeanette?
Ready on the detonator.
Molly, are you in?
Sorry, just a...
Round out. 3, 2, 1.
Beginning search.
Power fluctuations detected in the engineering wing. Activating emergency stabilization protocol ES109.
Dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Attempt to apprehend.
Detonation in the cryogenics wing.
That should do it.
Activating superseding protocol Omega.
Eric?
That's not in the database. What?
Protocol confirmed. All exits have sealed to prevent a containment breach. Calculating optimal process to exterminate all personnel in the vault.
Oh.
Done. All remaining personnel may now be terminated.
I'm locked out!
Yeah, I got it. Cover the door. Damn it. Almost.
Data upload from compromised system detected. Suspect data stream has been quarantined.
What? Bypass! Bypass! Ah!
All residents have been terminated. Operation successful. Have a nice day.
Good lord. I think they were trying to escape, and they ended up triggering a security protocol they didn't know existed. Robotics workstation. Work orders. Warning, data corruption detected. Out of 18 files in this directory, 0 were recovered successfully. Okay. Personal logs. Okay, only 3 of 94. So we got October 25th, 2077. This is sick. I knew Eric was a bastard, but I never imagined he'd sign up for something like this. What were they thinking? Pick 5 top scientists, lock them up, and work them to death? All for some insane genetic experiment? Damn them. Personal log from December 2nd, 2077. If this research is so damn important, why just us? Why don't we have a full team of people who actually know crap about biology? Nina and Molly are running the show. The rest of us are just glorified support staff. Jeanette, fix the Protectron. Hans, stop that cryo leak. Eric, just get out of the way. And personal log from August 23rd, 2080. What the hell is Eric doing? Nina's really struggling. We've all been pitching in. Even Hans has been down at the lab this week. Meanwhile, Eric just sits up at his office, pecking away. What's he doing up there? Filing reports with Vault-Tec? His life is on the line here too, unless there's something else he hasn't told us. I wouldn't put it past him. I'm gonna give that asshole a piece of my mind. Okay. Seems that Eric was up to something, maybe working on the ways to try to bypass the security protocols. Anything else in here? Let's see if we can't hack this door open and just see what's on the other side real quick. Oh. System will restart following user sign out. Please try again later. Okay. Well, can't do anything about it now. At least we don't have to sneak on this side of this place anymore. Okay, we've got another computer here. Well, actually, a note. Vault 96. The discovery of Vault 96 feels, despite my abhorrence to magical thinking, like predestination. A biological research facility, unoccupied, simply waiting for me to discover it. Everything in its place, its systems ready for my arrival. Examination of the Vault's computer systems and other records found leads me to understand that the previous residents introduced a virus into the mainframe in an attempt to end some kind of hostilities with it. This may explain the unsealed door and their untimely fates. The mainframe requires some work to bring fully online, but any hostile programming it had has been eliminated by the virus they introduced. Too late to help them, perhaps, but sufficient to clear the path for me. Okay. And we got something else over here. I'm going to sneak because I'm not sure that we killed everybody over here. I know she killed that one power armored. Oh, yep. That's one down.
Clear.
One to go.
Kill.
Dead.
Close one.
Okay. Nothing back here. We do have a holotape. FEV research log number 22. 1 second though. Let's see if there's anything else in here first. Doesn't look like it. Looks like big computers. Okay.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 22. In retrospect, my enthusiasm for the cryogenically preserved specimens in the vault was excessive, if not actually misplaced. I am down to the last 4 viable test subjects. Further research is at an impasse. Obtaining volunteers will be impossible. The necessary experimentation to even approach a functional result will be unavoidably fatal to some. I will have to take extreme measures to obtain subjects. Thousands, perhaps millions of lives will be saved. Utility, trust, sentimentality, and long.
Crap.
Scanner's clear.
Alright, here we are. Let me get my stuff back and see if I can't kill this thing before it recognizes I exist. Where even is it? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to re-listen to that holotape because I think I missed something in there. Because of all the damn robot noise.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 22. In retrospect, my enthusiasm for the cryogenically preserved specimens in the vault was excessive, if not actually misplaced. I am down to the last 4 viable test subjects. Further research is at an impasse, unless I move to human subjects. Obtaining volunteers will be impossible. The necessary experimentation to even approach a functional result will be unavoidably fatal to some. I will have to take extreme measures to obtain subjects. Thousands, perhaps millions of lives will be saved. Utility trumps sentimentality. End log.
Okay, so it sounds like he was experimenting with FEV to help humanity somehow? But how exactly? And why would there be so many deaths? Is there all this water here before? I don't actually remember. Okay, let's see. Well, I could do this, but I've already actually hacked this thing, so... There we go. Okay, begin back to sneaking. I think the ice might be melting.
Your persistent refusal to depart is a distraction I do not need. Please, I am asking you again. Leave this place and do not return. There is nothing for you here but sorrow. Whatever you think you will accomplish here, I promise you that you will not.
Okay, getting pretty interested in seeing exactly what the hell he's doing here. Okay, got a reactor down there, or some sort of generator. Never really known exactly what those things are supposed to be. Okay, we got... Oh. Man, I am getting these Blood Eagles down to 1% health. Look at that. Okay, what else in here? Definitely still more Blood Eagles. I'm hoping that we're done with the robots for the moment. Okay, FEV research log number 17.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 17. I am no longer alone in this endeavor. Against all odds, I have made contact with a former colleague, Dr. Farha, whom fate preserved as it did me. Dr. Farha was reluctant when I first described my aims. The testing that will be required, and the failures. Give a pause. Even at university, we clashed on the ethical boundaries of research. Regardless, I have convinced her to aid me despite her doubts. I will continue to work here in Vault 96 in secrecy. Dr. Farha, meanwhile, has established a laboratory suitable for mass production. She has acquired a foundling of sorts, a young woman by the name of Nellie Wright. She seems something of a prodigy. I believe it was Miss Wright's enthusiastic support of my ideas that convinced Dr. Farha to acquiesce to my request for aid. Farha has also brought in Jane. I knew him from university and our time at West Tech. This work is his chance at redemption, as much as my own. End log.
Strange. Okay, so he's got 3 colleagues now, and along with that he's got a second site. Let's get these noisy robots killed.
Kill.
There ain't nothing good out here. Nothing nowhere. It's all shit.
Is that? No.
Useless.
Still at least one more down here. Okay. Well, the caution tells me there's still one more. I thought that gun shooting was actually Scribe Valdez. She's got a similar gun. There we go. Was that Scribe Valdez just there? Yep, okay. Let's see what this is over here. Got a note, breakthrough. Some success at last. I remained far from the ultimate goal, but Serum 87A introduced a remarkable 257% reduction in the impact of radiation on cellular structure and DNA replication, and a 153% increase in electrical impedance. The subject nonetheless died within hours, but this marks a breakthrough in systemic durability. I must record the results more fully in my logs after I scrub up. Okay, I think I'm starting to get a little bit of a picture here. It sounds to me like maybe he's trying to continue the super mutant part of the program, but maybe without the mutation. Like maybe he's just trying to do the protection against radiation without that. Let's see what we got here. FEV research log number 38.
Why would he electrocute
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 38. The capture of human test subjects is itself less difficult than I imagined. The people of Appalachia are in bad need of medicine, and lone travelers are easy to approach when one is a doctor. I tell myself that facts are necessary. The work is too important, and I cannot complete it without living human subjects to experiment upon. As I compound failure upon failure, in my quiet hours I question what I have made of myself in pursuit of this goal. I began this enterprise fully cognizant of what it might take. But even with that foreknowledge, I could not comprehend the weight of it. Have I become no different from that fool Elias, a font of monsters with no humane end in sight? Am I deluded myself capable of success. These moments pass. I push aside those doubts and focus on the work before me. The people of Appalachia need this. The world needs this. Let them vilify me when they learn what I have done. I will make a better future for them, even if I do not live to see it myself. And long.
Alright, we got a terminal here. Engineering workstation. Work orders. None of the 592 files were available. We got 3 of 206. October 24th, 2077. From Hans Memling. Didn't expect a quiet retirement, did you, Hans? If it wasn't this, it would have been something else. Personal cryopod, one of those new beryllium reactors, digging Reinhardt out of whatever hole he's in with the Mars shot. At least this is different. Keeping the place running by myself should keep me on my toes. April 3rd, 2078. Have to say I'm disappointed. Aside from the mainframe and research lab, the tech here is a couple of years out of date. Seriously, 10 Class 6 reactors? Put in one Class 11 and be done with it. I can't believe Jeanette has to put up with that old robot fabrication system. Or take the cryopods. Sure, animal subjects only, but those things leak helium like a sieve. Give me another year or two and I'll make some real improvements around this place. Okay, here we go a couple of years later. July 19th, 2080. What's in Bay 86? Molly and Nita asked me to track down X001, some specimen the mainframe won't release from cryo. It didn't show up in the database, but I decided to take my own inventory. There are 85 cryogenic bays, except at the back of Bay 85 there's a door. Tungsten plated, military access controls, top of the line stuff, and if you look through the grating, it's just a single room, all concrete with one cryopod. X001. I swear I saw something move in there. Is this going to be the thing from AMS? That thing that they basically had to keep in a cage day and night because they feared what it might do if it got out? The thing that was destroying the walls by scratching at them? I don't like the sound of that. Okay, what we got here? Gas storage?
Is that you, Basher?
Yeah, it's me, Basher.
Wow, you're an even worse liar than I am. Wait, that voice. I know who you are.
I know her too. Tallylang.
You're that clown that screwed things up for me at Fort Atlas.
You know her?
Listen, we're in a bad way here. Cut off from the rest of our people and the damn robots keep coming in waves. We need help.
She was there begging for weapons. I thought you were a poor, helpless orphan. Why are you in here with a bunch of blood eagles?
Hardy har har. Let's get serious and make it quick. I can help you and you can help me.
What kind of help are we talking, Tally?
I've been trying to get us out of here since we've been locked in. I just found this vault security key card. Should open all the doors in this place. You help us, and it's yours.
What do you think, Valdez?
Valdez? You got someone else out there? Should I be jealous?
I don't think we've got much choice. We're going to need that key card to bypass the rest of the security doors.
Why didn't you just use it to escape?
I told you I just found it, dummy. I was about to try it out right when I heard you walk up.
What's to stop you from shooting us as soon as the doors open? I saw what you did with those mercenaries.
Nothing. Same as stopping you from shooting us if we let you in. We don't need more trouble. We just want to get out of here. Help us hold off the bots and we'll leave peacefully. For you, anyway. No promises if someone else tries to stop us.
Alright, Tally. You got a deal.
Now we're talking. Now give me a sec to get the door open.
Good thing Shin's not here. I don't think he'd agree to this.
Nope.
No shooting, boys. They're on our side. Crap, here they come again.
Here we go. Of course, I'm already in danger. And my weapon broke. A great start to a fight. Oh, and my second weapon is my camera. I did not really even realize that. Is that it, or are there going to be more waves? Okay, I think that was it.
Waste of time coming here.
Damn. Good thing you showed up when you did. Looks like I was right about you. Shame we keep meeting under these circumstances. We could get into some real trouble.
I could figure share.
Can't believe the Brotherhood bailed us out. Well, a deal's a deal. Key card's yours.
Are your people okay?
Yeah, banged up, but with the coast clear, we should be able to get out of here. I don't say this a lot, but thanks.
I can't believe we just got thanked by a blood eagle.
Alright, give me the key card and we're good.
All yours. You got this far, so I'm guessing the way you came is clear.
Ain't even shit worth.
Thanks again. Maybe we won't even shoot you if we see you again. No promises.
And unfortunately, I just noticed as I clicked that.
Interesting friends initiate.
Indeed. I unfortunately noticed as soon as I clicked that there was the option to ask her more questions, and I apologize, I didn't see that in time. Okay, search the cryonics bays for clues. Okay. So many dead robots. Okay, so we got these cryonic bays like well, the cryonic pods like we could find in Vault 111. Anybody in them? I mean, I know they were talking about animals being in these, but I don't see anything. Okay, what the heck? Dead settlers. Multiple, okay. Corpse disposal. I simply must find a more effective solution to deal with the remains of my unsuccessful trials. It is effective enough to simply release those which begin transforming, but the subjects who die in the process remain a problem. Storing them in a disused portion of the cryonics lab suffices in preventing decomposition and its contaminant odors from becoming an issue. But even the most materialist of scientists cannot escape the uncanny feeling generated by the close proximity of a large number of human corpses. Okay. So he didn't like the corpses he was creating. I gotcha. What do we got up here? I guess it's actually downstairs. Here we go. Oh. Holotape, FEV research log number 57.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 57. I begin to doubt my own sanity at times. My efforts, while not without progress, continue to fail to bear real fruit. The FEV seems almost deliberately malignant, as if it had a consciousness and rejects my every attempt to bend it toward a benevolent end. I've come to recognize the signs of imminent metastasis and conversion to the so-called supermutant state. I am ill-equipped to deal with the product of such failure, and have taken to disposing of these unfortunates outside the vault itself. I regret that my current methods of disposal may, in the short term, increase the supermutant population in Appalachia, but it cannot be avoided. End log.
Alright, so we do have full evidence here that he is responsible for the super mutant population, and it looks like I was right. It looks like he's trying to bend FEV to be good. Reminder, supplies.
These vessels were once filled with specimens, stocked here so that captive scientists could turn them into perversions of nature. Like West Tech, they concerned themselves only with whether they could do these things, not what benefit they might bring. At best, they made weapons. Such a pointless waste. I have turned what they left behind to better ends.
Okay, kind of annoying that he started talking as soon as we picked this up, but anyway. Reminder to myself, when the Hellcat Company next delivers new specimens, I must request that they bring in more chemicals. Supplies are running thin and I detest inaction. I would venture out myself for this purpose, but my experiments currently running do not permit my absence for any length of time. Clear instructions must be given to overcome the gaps in education and chemical literacy. That is not a mistake I will repeat. Formic acid, dimethyl sulfate, hydrazine, piperidine, acrylonitrile, sodium dodecyl sulfate, 2 mercaptoethanol, carbon tetrachloride. Okay. Let's see. I wonder what he was doing with all that stuff. Probably trying to experiment with FEV. Research wing. Of course, he's supposed to be up in the
God. The smell.
He's supposed to be up in the overseer's office. Let's see, what am I gonna face in here?
I regret the ugliness you find here. The things I had to do. They were necessary, but that necessity made them no more pleasant or palatable. Seeing these things, I imagine you must intend to kill me. I do not blame you for this.
We're supposed to bring him in alive. Don't forget that. No matter what we've seen here.
I hear someone screaming. Let's see what we got here. FEV research log number 112.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Number 112. My work's demand for human subjects has increased dramatically as I make ground toward my ultimate goal. To this end, I have contracted with a group of mercenaries calling themselves the Hellcat Company. Trustworthy, if such a term applies here. They display a useful moral flexibility. They do not question the nature of my work or my need for human subjects. And I do not illuminate them. Already they have begun acquiring new subjects at a far greater pace than I could, and a contingent remained to guard the vault itself. I must be careful. A mercenary is only as loyal as their pay, after all. My control of the vault's security systems keeps them in check. For now, and long.
Okay, we got Blood Eagles down there. I need to find a weapons workbench and fix my damn gun. Okay, I'm not sure what she's... Okay, she's fighting somebody. I went a little bit down that tunnel. I didn't want to go any further because it looked like we might get ourselves involved in something. I wanted to finish the holotape before that.
We survived.
Good old handmaid. I think I saw a Snallygaster at some point pop up in my, like, little info thing at the top. Yep. Okay. Snallygasters, of course, were created at the West Tech Huntersville facility in the first place.
Everything hurts.
You're not with those others, are you? Can you get us out of here?
It's Cassie Holloway. We were looking for her. Who are you?
Cassie Holloway. Listen, I ain't trying to be rude. I'll tell you my whole dang life story if you want. Just get me out of here first.
Is everybody all right in there?
Oh, we're locked in some weird cell, in a frozen vault, being held prisoner by some lunatic in a lab coat who experiments on us. We're peachy. How are you?
Do you know how we can open the cell?
Not exactly. I think the locks are controlled remotely. The doctor guy always does something back behind the stairs there, before he comes back to grab one of us for his tests.
Back behind the... Okay, sit tight. I'll get you out of here.
Okay. I was gonna go for a walk, but I guess I'll stay here for now. Sorry. Seriously, though. Thank you.
Okay. She said back behind the stairs. Does that mean right over here? Okay. Oh, okay, over here. Okay, we got what looks like maybe a little lab of his here, including an auto dock thing here. What do we got? Biology workstation. Research logs. Okay, we got 5 logs of 970. VO3 901 1002. Okay, so it's a test of a mole rat. Experiment objective, electrogenesis. So they wanted it to make electricity. Result, the N2 serum was more stable but less effective than N1 with a peak current of 12 millivolts per half milliamp. 16 outgoing shocks were recorded, producing startle or reflex reactions but no incapacitating effects. Subject defeated after 4 rounds. Recommend fine-tuning serum parameters and selecting subject with skin characteristics that promote conductivity or allow for better capacitive storage. So they're trying to make electric mole rats. VO3 8080 1691. Working on a brown bear. Experiment objective, regeneration. Result, no significant improvement over RK85. Subject exhibits rapid and comprehensive regenerative capabilities, following penetrative or blunt force trauma, epithelial damage, or extensive blood loss. Limb regeneration is accelerated, but subject to undesirable secondary mutations, including the growth of multiple vestigial limbs. Recommend discontinuing further research due to diminishing returns. I'm loving this right here. VO3 914 18. Working on a gray wolf. Pyrogenesis. Following injection with the serum, subcutaneous pyrogenesis was achieved. Complementary heat resistance mutations proved insufficient, causing the subject to immolate and self-cremate. No further autopsy was possible. This sounds a lot like the serum research they were doing over in the White Spring. And VO3 914 0031. Another gray wolf. Pyrogenesis. Following injection, limited pyrogenesis was achieved with no apparent damage to the subject. Results initially appeared disappointing. However, upon death, a violent chemical reaction caused the subject's body to explode, destroying its remains, its opponent, and most of Test Chamber 3. Recommend reclassifying 209N into a new candidate mutation and pursuing both in parallel. VO4 001 0191. Working on a bloatfly. Shifting. Unstable. Subject successfully shifted twice as an evasive maneuver. Following the third shift, subject appeared embedded in the torso of the opposing creature, causing immediate death. Autopsy was attempted under hazmat protocols. Beyond the integration line, subject's body appears to have been fused with the opponent's on a molecular level, creating an indistinguishable mass of flesh. This doesn't make any sense. Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of the stuff that we've seen here hasn't made much sense, but this makes less than no sense. Shifting, so they're like talking about this thing being able to teleport. I don't think that that's really a biological process, but anyway. Personal logs. Out of 81, we've got 4 files. October 25th, 2077. From Molly Cooper. It's not the quotas that bother me, awful as this system is. We can do 4 credits a week, but I can't stomach what we're doing to earn them. We should be protecting these animals, preserving them, not abusing them in one forced experiment after another. And then we stick them into test chambers and make them fight, to see which mutations are stronger. This is horrible. Nina doesn't seem to care. Personal log from June 29th, 2079. Nina always was a workaholic. I had to plan our dates, get Camille to block her calls while we were out, but she always made time for me. Now she's in the lab past midnight every night, always working on some new strain, making sure we have something ready for next week, and the week after that, and the next week after that. The quotas keep getting worse. They're over 200 a week now. Most of the burden falls on her. It's killing her. It's killing us. January 12th, 2080. We got a dog when I was 10. Vera. Big Malamute. Danny used to call her Wolf. She looked it, but sweet as could be. Number 373 looked just like her. Same stripe on her cheek and everything. And then we gave her the injection. Nina's new flaming mutation. She caught fire. Burned from the inside out. Right there on the operating table. I swear she looked at me right at the end, right before her face melted away. She looked just like Vera. From August 25th, 2080. She's dead. I can't believe she's dead. I tried to stop them. I jumped in front of the assault train. It threw me down, just blasted her in front of all of us. Her body fell over me. Hans tried to grab her, but I saw it. I saw it. Her head was gone. I can't do this. Not anymore. Not without Nina. Awful. Okay, test chamber access, and let's check the holotape. And then we'll open the test chamber and listen to the holotape. Oh, shoot, which one were they in? Because I don't really want to open them all. I don't know what's in all of those. What chamber are they in? Let's listen to the oh, there's another holotape on the table. Let's go to Shoot, I don't remember which one it was. Let's go to new. Vault 96, biolog number 280.
Molly Cooper, biology, log 280. What is this? The specimen record is blank. No vitals, no measurements, no source data, just an ID, X001. The cellular structure is unlike anything I've ever seen. I can't even identify the organelles. I ran it through the DNA sequencer twice, but nothing at all. I talked it over with Nina, and she's gonna try splicing it into some of the cellular structures at random, just to see what happens. It's a long shot, but we have a quota to meet. Fucking Vault Tech.
Okay, so they're in test chamber 2. I really want to know what this creature is. I guess it just unlocked it and didn't open it.
Help us.
There you go.
Oh, thank God. You've got my thanks, stranger. Introductions are in order, I guess. My name's Cassie. Did I say that already?
You're Cassie Holloway? Art Knapp's niece?
Yeah, that's me. You know Uncle Art? God, he's gotta be so worried. He might even express an emotion besides world weary. I hope he's alright. Everything hurts.
We're with the Brotherhood of Steel. This is Scribe Valdez.
Now that sounds like a fun bunch. Uncle Art mentioned them in, broad terms. Can't say I'm not glad to meet you, though.
Are you hurt?
I'm not injured. Got lucky. The doc didn't do any surgery on me. That nut job was dosing me with diseases, though. Said he was testing incubation and immune response times. Weird thing is, he kept apologizing. Got a bad case of sludge lung now. But I'm holding up. Some of the others are in worse shape.
Take this, it should help with the sludge lung.
For real? You must be my guardian angel. Well, I did get kidnapped and locked up by mad scientists, so maybe not. But still, thank you. You get to miss him breathing normally.
Can you make it out of here?
Maybe I could, but there's no way the rest will. I don't even know where we are, but I'm guessing we're not close to civilization. These folks won't make it a mile in their condition.
I feel sick.
It's better if they stay here. When we've cleared the vault, I'll radio Fort Atlas. They can send the medics with the recovery team and get them to safety.
I can't take it anymore. Whatever Fort Atlas is, that sounds good to me. Thanks kindly.
I'll leave some food and water for you to share until help arrives.
You're a peach.
Are there any more prisoners?
I think we're the last surviving ones. It used to be more. When he takes you out of the cells, you don't always come back. Hasn't been down here in a few days, though. Figured he'd got what he wanted, or someone done him in. Good timing on your part. The crappy rations he gave us last time are nearly gone.
Can I ask you something else?
My social calendar's wide open, as it happens.
I feel sick.
What do you want to know?
How'd you end up here?
Came in on a Blue Ridge caravan. Doc was there too. Had some people slip away in the night, but guide said it happens. People turn back, that kind of thing. Then one night we shelter from a storm and those Hellcat goons ambush us, capture us all. Spent days in a cart or something, blindfolded, before they dumped me here.
I had some other questions.
Well, I'm a captive audience. Too soon? What do you want to know?
Alright, Cassie. All you sit tight, help is on the way soon.
We ain't going anywhere. Hey, if you run into that crazy doctor, give him a kick from me. I can't take it anymore.
I just want to forget him.
What do we got here? Ashmore,
Please,
Wilkins.
just don't hurt me.
Thank you for setting us free.
You got it. What's this over here? Huh. This is just a back door to this test chamber? Okay, I'll have to open that one. That one is 3. I thought 3 was already open. 1 second. Maybe it's just the front door of 3 that's open? Let's see, anything else back here? Okay, we've already been back here, that's right. This is the tunnel I came down while we were listening to that holotape. Test chamber 4. Okay, what do we got? Combination. Ooh, technical data. Like I said, though, test chamber 3 is already open. Anything in here? No. Okay, let's just go unlock the rest of them. They got plants in here, though. That's interesting. Oh, the holotape. We didn't ever listen to that. No, we did. That's right, there was another holotape, though, that we need to go get. Let's go grab that real quick. FEV research log number 13.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Number 13. Whatever the prior occupants of this vault may have done, I must thank them. Especially Chief Engineer Dr. Memling. The good doctor, while a respectable scientist in his own right, had the classic engineer's idiosyncratic approach to maintenance. His additions to the vault reactor and electrical subsystems provide me with ample points of connection to directly access mains power. Between this and certain defects in reactor shielding, I have invaluable resources for my research. My first attempts in this area are more disappointing, however. Lacking Memling's expertise, my electrical impedance tests failed dramatically. The unintentional discovery of a new method of rapidly cooking a mole rat fails even in that regard. Mole rat exposed to several thousand volts at significant amperage does not make for an appetite.
Ah, crap. 1 second. What? I just picked up another one, I guess.
Research log, Dr. Ed.
Hold up. FEV log number 13. I'll just bring you back in when we get to the point where we were.
Mole rat exposed to several thousand volts at significant amperage does not make for an appetizing sight. Nonetheless, these results are duly recorded, and I believe my understanding of the system is sufficient to produce more useful results in the future. End log.
Alright, let's open up the rest of the doors. Okay, I can't open 3. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and listen to holotape number 5 while we go check out those areas.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 5. The creators of the forced evolutionary virus were idiots savant. They saw weapons, soldiers to win a war that would end almost as soon as it began. They had discovered a means by which we could seize the reins of human evolution, and all they could envision was more efficient death. My colleagues at West Tech were likewise fools. They made the virus a plaything in Huntersville, their ant farm, shaking it to watch them scurry. The FEV was never meant to create abominations. At its core is something wondrous and hopeful. I will free it from what they made of it. Humanity will have the future it should have had, and a better human will build that world, free from fear. End log.
This is a bit odd, this little cabin here. Must be a little test environment. Okay, there are multiple holotapes out here too.
Nightmare.
Vault 96 genetics log number 100.
Can we go home now?
Genetic research log, week 100, retrospective. Our first mutations were simple enough. Venom, regeneration, electrogenesis, natural phenomena with well-understood biochemical processes. Despite my initial misgivings, developing, adapting, and enhancing general-purpose mutagenic sequences has been a fascinating challenge. So much so that I fear we have set the bar too high. Eric's quotas are ever more aggressive, even as potential research targets grow increasingly elusive. Molly and I have moved on to more speculative mutations, chameleonization, pyrokinesis, cryokinesis. But after that, I am less certain. This pace is maddening. How much longer can we maintain it?
Okay, number 143. Actually, what's this one? 142.
Please, don't let him take me again.
Genetic research log, week 142. Specimen X001 has been a most remarkable success. I confess, I was skeptical when Molly showed me her analysis. There was little to work with, given its unique biology. As an initial bench test, I spliced each of our extant stable mutations into separate samples. They all worked flawlessly, as if we had spent months adapting them. And then the mutations spread. They somehow shifted from one sealed petri dish to the next until all the samples exhibited all of the mutations. Fascinating. I wanted to proceed to live subject testing immediately, but all of our attempts to resuscitate a specimen have been blocked. Hans is looking into it. In the meantime, this transference capability merits further investigation.
Okay. 143.
Genetic log week 148, 148. There is little progress to report. Too little. The shifting mutation is still unstable. When stressed, subjects will shift or phase or whatever it is. It works, but it's inconsistent, uncontrollable. Without some understanding of the underlying physics or biology, there is little I can do to stabilize or improve on it. If I could study the original specimen, perhaps I could make some progress. But there is apparently only one subject in a secured cryonics bay with military access controls. I've no doubt Eric could get in, but he has refused. I have put everything into this research. I'm out of time. I will not make my quota. Oh, forgive me, Molly.
Alright, I'm really wanting to know what this experimental test subject is. Serum trials. Okay, we got a few of the 137 files. Oh no, sorry, it's saying 137 files have been marked for deletion. Let's check this. Number 89C. Serum 89C marks the first improvement over Serum 87A. I had felt so certain that I was on the right track after those results, but the next several iterations were utter failures. 89C at least shows further improvements in radiation and electrical resistance. The FEV fights me like a cornered animal. Every adjustment seems to cause cascading problems in the rest of its effects. I persist. I must prove superior to the puzzle it presents me. 102F. I have rarely gotten to the 6th revision of a particular serum. A line of investigation usually bears fruit or proves a dead end long before, but 102 seemed eternally just on the cusp of unlocking its secrets. Revision F marks that point in this case. The subject demonstrated prolonged retention of identity and cognitive function even as the metamorphosis began, and the trial with the second subject evinced a remarkable improvement in physical durability before any gross morphological changes occurred. If we can now isolate the metastasis trigger which precipitates the transition into the super mutant state, the end goal will be within reach. 123D. After the trials of Serum 102F, I believe the problem may lie with the delivery method. Direct injection of the serum resulted in the same metamorphosis as ever, with similar time curves. However, introducing the serum into the food, air, and water supplies of the subject's chamber produced a prolonged offset of the transformation. I hypothesized that introducing the virus directly to the bloodstream creates an immediate immune response that itself is the catalyst for transformation. Passing through the respiratory and digestive systems first, for reasons not yet clear, inhibits this reaction. Further tests necessary. Well, Huntersville was given it through the water supply and they seem to transition slowly. 144H. After trials of Serum 123D, I worked to exploit the respiratory and digestive offset to the immune response the FEV generates, with increasing success. I believe with a few more adjustments I should be able to eliminate the reaction entirely. In anticipation of this, I will turn my focus to the disease resistance effects. I fear these modifications may set back my work canceling the transformations, and at this stage, it is better to work with an otherwise complete virus than to change one part only to undo another. Okay, I'm starting to have a fear, and that fear is that what if these people that we just set loose are actually already infected with this FEV that simply takes a while to turn them into super mutants? Personal logs. Computer security override, overseer's priority omega, error executing purgeall.bat, 3 files write protected. Remove write protections to enable deletion of these files. Test chambers. Barring the unexpected occupant in Chamber 3, the test chambers left behind by the vault's occupants provide ample holding room for live subjects. Their simulated environments may not be the most welcoming, but perhaps they are at least more comfortable than a bare concrete cell. Although it defeats their purpose, at times I wish the observation windows had shutters. An unfortunate incident. One of the subjects addressed me by name today. I find this unpleasant and distracting. To complete this work, I must be dispassionate. Such things remind me of how I will be viewed in the future, even if the work is successful. I must be more careful in the future to not introduce myself to potential subjects. An alias is perhaps pointless now, having already given my name to the Blue Ridge Company on more than one occasion, but I can at least avoid compounding the error. Vivisection. Ooh. I imagine that future generations will paint me as a monster even if they enjoy the world that my work makes possible. A demented madman slicing sadistically into innocent living subjects. Vivisection is useful to me, of course. I am familiar with the workings of the human body, and I require it undamaged to accurately assess my results. My living subjects have never needed to fear me grotesquely rooting around inside like some perverse augur. Dissection, on the other hand, has its value in the aftermath of my trials, and there are many tests I must conduct that require needles, probes, and other monitoring and measuring devices, but never vivisection. Okay. Probably gonna have to split this into 2 videos, though. Okay, let's see. What do we got over here?
I want to forget about all this.
Here we go. What is this? Snallygaster. Unbelievable. They left a Snallygaster inside one of the test chambers. Remarkably, it is still alive, if understandably quite irritable. Whatever they did to it seems to have removed its need for sustenance. Perhaps it metabolizes trace elements directly from the air, or engages in some kind of strange form of photosynthesis. Regardless, that chamber shall remain locked, and I will take care of defrosting the other specimens in cryo storage. I cannot predict what mutations they may exhibit. Like I said, Snallygasters were created by the Westech Huntersville operation. So that was sealed up in Chamber 3, I believe. Let's see. So we need to get to the Overseer's office. Let's see. It's pointing me in this direction, I think. I have no idea what the hell this is. Anyway, though, let's head this way. Back to the atrium. Is there... Yep, there we go. Okay, it's time to confront Dr. Blackburn. Oh, I know where we are now. We wouldn't have been able to get through this way anyway. I originally wanted to go that way. Utility room 1. I've already been in here? Probably. On the other side, I mean. Maybe not. Okay. What the heck? Weird. Duct tape. Bunch of junk. Or clutter, I should say. What about this? Chemistry lab. Okay, we have been in there. Where's this go? I think this is heading back towards the engineering area. Ah, crap.
Intruder.
Okay. Oh, this is the atrium. Alright. Let's see, I think the Overseer's office is over here. I think I even just saw him up there. Here we go. I think I hear him typing.
Though it seems futile, I ask one final time. Leave this vault and the things you have seen. You cannot change what has happened here. Leave me to this cold and lonely place.
How the heck do we get up there? I guess we talk to Scribe Valdez? Or where are you going? Stop, 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 stop. Okay.
The card doesn't work? Blackburn must have overridden the door codes. Probably guess the looters might find a key card eventually if they had the run of the place.
Yep, he did. We read about that. Can you do anything?
From here? If I had more tools, time, and some schematics, sure. Under the circumstances, we'll have to get creative. These doors are hydraulically sealed. If we can find the lines that feed to this door, we might be able to cut the pressure holding it shut. Look for a utility room nearby.
Well, we just found that. See, wasn't it just over here? No, that's the cafeteria. Where is that room that we just came out of? Oh, is it telling us to go upstairs? It's telling us to go upstairs. Okay. There we go.
This should be it. Take a look. See if
Okay,
you can
so
find the lines to the Overseer's office.
we got multiple options here. This panel connects to an array of pipes which appear to control hydraulic lines within the vault. You can see which line connects to the Overseer's door, but you still need to figure out how to disable it. So we can use strength to force a crimp in the hydraulic line, intelligence to identify and close the correct valve, bladed weapon to cut the hydraulic line to the door, smash the controls and hope. I'm gonna go with identify and close the correct valve.
Nice work. You might have a future as a scribe if you want it. Let's head back. The door should be open now.
You run your eyes over the control panel before you. It takes a moment, but you spot the correct toggles and disable the lines feeding the Overseer's door. With just a few flip switches, the pressure indicators and the panel drop to 0. Okay, time to get in there. He likely didn't expect people to be able to do that. He could also have something planned for us here.
It appears neither the Vault defenses nor the Blood Eagles were a match for you. Quite formidable. You can lower your weapons. It would clearly be futile for me to struggle, and I surrender willingly.
Even if I'm impressed with what you've tried to do here, you must know you've gone too far.
Too far? Does that term even apply when the goal is the permanent protection of humanity from the horrors of the wasteland? I told you my work focused on the health of Appalachia's people. You must see that my research was towards that aim.
Even if I accept your motives, I've seen nothing here but failures and death.
Do you believe I did this all blindly? Groping madly in the bodies of the innocent for some unknown and hallucinatory secret? With each iteration, each test conducted, I identified flaws in the virus and calculated their removal. I have no doubt in my work.
After seeing what you've done here, I hope hell does exist.
Despise me if you will. I took no pleasure in what had to be done.
We need to know everything you've done.
I am sure your Brotherhood will happily interrogate me until I have no tale left to tell. I will be entirely forthcoming, though I expect you will want to conduct your inquisition within confines more amenable to the Brotherhood. As for the contents of this vault, the Brotherhood is free to collect anything they like. My work here is finished.
What?
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I don't either. I want to discuss something else.
I have no doubt that you do. As you wish.
Is this the research you told me about? This is studying diseases?
Contrary to what you may think, I did not lie to you when we spoke at Fort Atlas. I did say it would be difficult for a layperson to understand.
What makes you think you've succeeded here? All I've seen are horrors.
Do you believe I did this all blindly? Groping madly in the bodies of the innocent for some unknown and hallucinatory secret? With each iteration, each test conducted, I identified flaws in the virus and calculated their removal. I have no doubt in my work.
It sounds like you haven't actually tested your perfect virus.
There are steps being taken as we speak.
Crap.
Any miscalculations that might exist are minor and will be addressed shortly.
Again, I'm pretty sure he used this thing on those people we just freed. How can you justify this insanity?
What you call insanity is merely the regrettable necessity of my work. That it condemns me in your eyes or consigns me to whatever hell may exist is a price I pay willingly. I have ensured the future of humanity, not just in Appalachia, but the world. No cost is too high for this. Were it possible to achieve it without the suffering of innocence, I would have done so.
After seeing what you've done here, I hope hell does exist.
Despise me if you will.
Oh my god.
I took no pleasure in what had to be done.
That's really weird how the speech options really kind of overlap there. I've seen what FEV does. How could you think it could help anyone?
FEV was never intended to be a source of abominations and grotesqueries. It was to be the next step in human evolution. Our refinement into something greater and better. Certainly the fools at West Tech were more obsessed with observing its failures than correcting them. But its true purpose was for good. And now it will fulfill that purpose. Because of me.
Listening to this is making me understand Shin's point of view.
You claim to be doing this for the good of humanity, but you've created more super mutants.
This is true. I wish it could have been avoided. It was easier and safer, for myself, if not for others, to release those failures before their metamorphosis was complete. I had work to finish, and I knew the Brotherhood was out there to deal with the errors.
Your errors tunneled into Fort Atlas and could have killed everyone!
Is that so? It seems my failures were indeed steps on the road to success.
What?
That level of coordination suggests an increase in cognitive development over the typical example.
That's true.
Still, I bear the Brotherhood no ill will. My apologies for that.
There's nothing else to say here.
I have no doubt that...
I'm taking you in, Blackburn. You have to pay for what you've done here.
Yes, I assumed as much when you entered. Very well. Consider me arrested, if you must. I am ready to face any judgment the Brotherhood wishes to mete out. My work here is complete, regardless. And it is too late for you to stop it.
This is really not good. There were people, Blackburn, like Cassie. You tortured them and experimented on them like animals.
Do you think I'd take any pleasure or pride in that fact? Think what you will, but I am not inhuman. Had I been capable of accomplishing my goal without them, I would have done so. I am neither a sadist nor a homicidal maniac. I do not expect forgiveness. But I am certain what I have done will bear sufficient consequence without fabricating new sins to hang upon me.
Your work cannot be stopped? What do you mean?
Simply that I have achieved my goal. The FEV is perfected, and it is too late for you to change that. My sacrifices, the terrible things I have done to accomplish this, it has been paid in full, and now salvation awaits humanity.
What? You can't do anything with it now. We've caught you. You're finished.
Have I given you any reason to believe I have not already taken the necessary action?
Okay, that's not good.
Like I said, it's definitely gotta be those people. What have you done with the FEV?
I have completed it. I turned a flawed miscreation into something that will heal an ill and wounded humanity. But if by that you mean, what have I done with the result? It is no longer here. I have associates. They are even now finalizing the mechanisms of its distribution.
Oh, crap.
You are too late.
Paladin Romani needs to hear about this immediately.
It might not be them. It might be that he did hand this off to his other 3 compatriots. I think we're done here.
I am at your disposal, then.
You can head out. I'll radio for a team to secure the site and get the prisoners to safety. Then bring Blackburn back to the fort. I'm sure the others are going to have a lot of questions for him. Good work, Initiate. I'm glad you were here.
100 caps. That completes the quest, A
here.
Satisfied Conscience.
I am certain your paladin and knight will extract any information they need once I am under guard at your fort.
It's Forced Impact, 6 Radaway, 6 Purified Water, Plasma Mine, and starts the quest The Catalyst. But that just also gave us something else interesting. Where was that? Blackburn's Bungalow? Wonder what that's all
I've
about.
said enough at present. I'm sure your officers will have plenty to ask of me.
Oh my god,
I'm in custody at your headquarters.
Are there 4 more holotapes in here? Good lord. Okay. Let's see. Huntersville Memories.
Personal log. Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Huntersville. I should never have allowed Dumont to convince me to stay with West Tech when they shuttered the Greenhouse Initiative. The pan-immunity variant was intended to shield us from biological warfare and make the population safe from the horrors war could unleash. The Greenhouse Initiative turned the same work to feeding the ever-increasing starving masses. Noble goals and worthy science. The discovery of the FEV abandoned all that. The awesome potential of the virus, what it could do if harnessed to those same ends. Ignored. Instead, they saw a weapon. Super soldiers. Small-minded bureaucrats and their pet scientists had the keys to human evolution and saw only profit in war. Dr. Khan, a disgrace to that title, took over. And even those miserable goals were cast aside in favor of the perverse. Infecting the water supply of Huntersville just to observe the effects? Why? We knew the virus in its current state produced horrors. Had we been looking for a cure, perhaps it could have been justified. But Khan had no such interest. He did it because he could. Were I a better man, a better scientist, I would have left immediately. My belated resignation does me little credit. And long.
He's a very interesting villain here. FEV research log number 1.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Number 1. Under any other circumstance, it would feel foolish to begin recording these before my work has even meaningfully begun. I developed this habit during my graduate studies, a tool helping me as much to retain my insights as to preserve my failures. Here, when nothing about what I am to undertake is normal, I break with tradition and start these logs now. Posterity requires this moment be kept. What I am about to do will almost assuredly make of me a villain in the eyes of many. My work is distasteful and must be conducted in secret. Here, for whatever person may one day hear this, I say for the record that what I will do, I do out of love. An unselfish love that knows no rest. Not for a person. No cliched deceased spouse or lost child motivates me. Humanity is my love. Though none would accuse me of excess sentiment. We are a species tormented by the ravages of the Great War, reduced to vermin eking out an existence in the rubble of the world that was. The mistakes of my past are writ on the face of every survivor, living in fear of the mutated horrors that stalk the wasteland. I can correct this. I must. We are not meant to live like this. There is a way forward to free us from the horrors I created. Yet I fear the failures that lie between me and the future I see. They will be many, and they will cause a great deal of pain before I am done. The sins of West Tech must be undone. The price will be extreme, but it must be paid. If my life is included in that price, I will pay it gladly. I record this log not to seek forgiveness. I neither deserve nor require it. I ask only that you, my hypothetical listener, know that the things to come are not the product of ill intent or a sadistic mania. One day, good will come of the evil I am set to do. I hope that you are there to see it and understand. End log.
Okay, FEV research log number 148.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Number 148. I can feel the end approaching. The equations fall into place, and I can see the shape of it. The perfected FEV. Even in my restless dreams. That vision of the goal is the only succor now. What I have done to reach it can never be washed away. I have been right, but that is small comfort. I give them numbers now, and try not to listen when they speak to me, pleading. I prefer to sedate them when removing them from their holding cells. Unconscious, they cannot weep or stare accusingly at me. I cannot make them understand that we are alike part of a greater destiny. They think me inhuman, uncaring. I know I would be no different were our roles reversed. I do not blame them for hating me. I lie in my cot at night and see their faces. I remember them all, and wait for sleep to carry me to the visions of when I can finally stop. Final candidate number 3 is ready for verification. I am within 2, perhaps 3 iterations of success. Will I be able to sleep untroubled when this is over? Or will punishment for what I have done be a mercy, freeing me from its memory and log?
Okay, we got one more holotape and a computer.
Think of me what you will. It will change nothing.
Get a hold of yourself.
Bastard. Nina's dead. Eric, dead. All because of your damn quotas. If you can't show a little compassion, shut the hell up.
Hey, now.
I regret what happened to Nina. I truly do. But we're wasting time.
What?
There, that should disable the sensors. Now listen carefully. They aren't my quotas. They never have been. They're set by the mainframe. Look, there are next week's numbers.
God. There's no way.
Why didn't you tell us?
It's on a hair trigger. If it detects anything, any word of conspiracy or sedition, it will kill us. I had to be sure. The only way we survive the next week is to take it out.
You want us to fight our way out?
We don't have to. For the past 2 years, I've been working on a virus, Seraph. Upload it into the mainframe and it can take over. Shut down the system, the experiments, everything. It can let us out.
The EMS.
Won't be a problem. I designed that system. My students wrote the damn protocols. I can beat it.
We can't go on like this. I'm in. For Nina.
Jeanette? Hans?
All right.
What the hell? Sure.
Here's what I need from you. We move on Saturday, just before the quota check. Be ready.
Sensor discrepancy detected in the Overseer's office. Applying cancellation algorithm. Done.
Have a good week, everyone. Dismissed.
Okay.
Good work in here, Initiate.
Think of me what you will. It
Oh.
will change nothing.
Be quiet. Let's see if there's anything in here we haven't read before. Yeah, we read that. Vault 96 Overseer instructions. Greetings, Overseer. As you now know, the protocols from Vault
You
96
should be getting
differ
back
from...
to Fort Atlas, Initiate.
Thank you, shut up. As
I've
you
said
now...
enough at present. I'm sure your officers will have plenty to ask of me when I am in custody at your headquarters.
Okay, I'm just going to silence them. As you now know, the protocols of Vault 96 differ from those presented in your introductory briefing. This deception was necessary in order to secure the cooperation of the specialists required to complete the Vault's research objectives. As Overseer, your primary responsibility is to distribute the weekly research quotas, track progress, and ensure results. Quotas will become increasingly aggressive and will require that your team be kept properly focused and motivated. To that end, you may direct Vault robots in instituting whatever security and disciplinary measures you deem appropriate, including withdrawal of food or other resources, intimidation, violence, or execution. All residents will be strictly monitored. Any attempt to conspire against, resist, or disrupt these protocols will result in termination. Once all other residents have been terminated, if at least 250 weeks of research were successfully completed, you and you alone will be permitted to exit the vault? So he was the only one that was ever going to survive this? That's nuts! Why wouldn't they let everyone out after 250 weeks of research? Cryogenics Bay 86. Under no circumstances is any resident of Vault 96 to tamper with, disable, remove, or destroy the security seals of the cryogenic Bay 86. Any attempt to do so will result in the immediate termination of all life within the vault. Automated research systems may be used to retrieve genetic samples from this bay as required. Samples should be considered extremely hazardous and handled with all possible caution. What the hell was in there? Research quotas, August 2080. So they had to earn all these credits. I'm not sure exactly what these are. But yeah, it just kept increasing. Okay, let's see. Personnel records. Molly Cooper. Name, Molly Cooper. Age 29. Education, microbiology, PhD. Prior occupation, Chromax genetics researcher. Vault occupation, chief biologist. Notes. Researcher, Chromax Genetics, 2076 to present. Co-author, 4 papers, Analytical Microbiology. Bright, timid and anxious, emotionally vulnerable. Inclusion a condition of Miss Valea's acceptance. Undisclosed relationship possible. Okay. Eric DeMarcos. Age 55, education, PhD of computer science, prior occupation, senior professor at VTU, vault occupation. Overseer, Chief Software Developer. Notes, Professor of Computer Science at VTU 2062 to present. Dean of Computer Science at VTU from 2070 to 2074. Federal Security Clearance, Secret. Vault-Tec Security Clearance, Class 2. Developer, Vault-Tec Emergency Management System. Noted as a strict, critical, and tough administrator. Jeanette Higgins. Age 41, PhD in Robotics. Prior occupation, Robco Senior Engineer. Vault occupation, Chief Robotics Technician. Senior Developer, Robco Assaultron Line. Interesting. Senior Engineer, Robco 2074 to present. Engineer, Robco 2068 to 2074. Lecturer, Department of Robotics, Commonwealth Institute of Technology 2064 to 2068. References indicate a volatile, confrontational personality. Disciplinary complaints on file. Okay, and Hans Memling, I should say. Age 64, PhD in Nuclear and Cryonic Engineering. Prior occupation, Professor Emeritus at Hamilton University. Vault occupation, Chief Engineer. Professor Emeritus, Hamilton University, 2075 to present. Distinguished Professor, Hamilton University, 2068 to 2075. CTO, ArcJet Systems, 2063 to 2068. I think that's the company we found in... that can be found, I should say. We haven't been there together. In the Commonwealth, where they were doing the Mars shot, which makes sense why he was talking about the Mars shot issues. Principal author, 112 papers, quantum, nuclear, cryogenic engineering. Polymath, eccentric, highly regarded by colleagues. Very cool. And Nina Valea, age 44, PhD in genetics, PhD in biology, founder, Chromax Genetics, chief researcher. Founder and principal investor in Chromax Genetics, 2071 to present. Researcher at Westtech from 2067 to 2071. Scientist, Oresa Polytechnic, 2065 to 2067, expelled. Principal author, 55 papers, cross-species genetics. Brilliant scientist, flexible ethical standards. Okay. Personal logs. We got 1. It says 8, but there's only 1. Personal log from October 24th, 2077. I had faith in Vault-Tec. 15 years at VTU, a key role in the Vault program, a comfortable role as overseer, undemanding with ample free time to work on my own projects. Didn't seem like too much to ask. Instead, this. Perhaps I was naive. In retrospect, some of the EMS protocols do seem suspicious. Fires, flooding, reactor meltdowns, of course. But Vault infested by giant mutant insects? Premature psychoactive chemical release. Premature being there. Subliminal messaging system failure? We might not be the worst off. Yeah, we've seen most of those experiments. Why does this say 8 were recovered successfully and we can only find this 1? That's disappointing. What's this? Encrypted file system. Encrypted logs. Okay. We got 6 of 77. Personal log from October 27th, 2077. It's worse than I expected. 4 bugging devices in this office alone, and multiple remote accesses on my first log entry. It's the mainframe. Probably audio transcription plus a semantic analysis. I've set up an encrypted partition on this terminal, but I need to be careful. 1 fake log entry a week should be enough to defray suspicion. October 30th, 1st, 2077. 1 week down. Once they settled in, Nina and Molly met the first week's quota in under an hour. Hans is running everything else single-handedly. He fixed a reactor leak before the EMS even engaged. Jeanette still won't speak to me. November 10th, 2077. One of the Seraph tapes was at the bottom of my bag. It was still a prototype. I've got almost nothing to work with. One old workstation, but in theory, if it worked, it could take out the mainframe. It could get us out of here. This is going to take months or years. I can't tell anyone. One slip and this mainframe will kill us. We only get one shot at this. We have to make it count. June 21st, 2080. They're suspicious. I show up at the weekly kickoff, hand out their quotas, they head back upstairs. I don't socialize. I don't have time. Not if I'm ever going to get this done. I've almost finished the network penetration algorithm. After that, it's onto the payload. Just compiling the modules takes days. August 25th, 2080. Nina missed her quota. I didn't even realize she was behind until Jeanette stormed in and demanded to know why I wasn't helping her down in the lab. I tried running some simulations under her login, but it was too late. She knew it. We all did. I'm so close. It's too late for her, but not for the rest of us. August 31st, 2080. My old password still worked. Accessing the EMS database was another risk, but we need a plan to deal with every protocol, a counter for every contingency. For once, I actually appreciate my students. If they'd been more diligent, finding flaws to exploit might have been difficult. They're ready. Seraph's ready. It's time. Unfortunately, it does not seem to have been time. Things did not work out there. Project Seraph. Let's see what this is. Executive summary. Okay, so it was for the DIA, made by the Vault-Tec Corporation, with Eric DeMarcos being the head of it. Is classified as Star, or a secret. That makes sense because he had a secret clearance. Executive summary. Seraph is an experimental Class 4 hypergenetic virus intended to penetrate high-security defense and intelligence mainframes. Seraph is to aggressively seize and expand control over network infrastructure, utilizing advanced adaptive AI to counter attempts to neutralize the infection. After establishing dominance over the target system, Seraph will deliver a customized, target-specific software payload. Okay, so that was the project he had worked on. He had hoped that that virus would work on the computer. Unfortunately, it had a system really in it that he was not accounting for, and that's what ended up getting them all killed. Okay, this place was huge, very dense in lore, but I believe that we found everything. I probably will see something in the video that I missed when I'm editing. Anyway, though, next time we'll come back and we'll head on up and we'll talk to the Brotherhood leadership about what we found here. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.